Good evening, I'm Zoran Vranisevic, and this is Professor Wood's fourth speech. This will be a eulogy speech. My cameraman is Val Dragutinovic. Good morning, or good afternoon, Val.
Hello.
And my wife in the audience, Cynthia Vranisevic. All right, good evening. We're here to celebrate the life of my grandfather, Ljubinko Vranisevic, also known as Louis to his American co-workers, and Deda to his grandchildren. My grandfather grew up in a rural village of Dobrosolica, which is a part of the former Yugoslavia. It's a mountainous city. It's very rural and poor. He went to the school until the age of 10, which is 5th grade. That's all the schooling my grandfather ever had gotten. And I find that amazing, considering what he accomplished. Ljubinko, at the age of 18, was taken prisoner of war by the Germans and taken to Germany for 4 years. He talked about his prison life in Germany, but he never really had anything bad to say about the Germans. He always laughed and smiled when he talked about it, which I found kind of weird. But I always asked him, how come you're always smiling? He's like, what do you want me to do, cry? I always found that interesting. That was his famous statement. A lot of people say that I inherited his characteristics. I'm always smiling, and people kind of think I'm always up to something, but I guess it's just a trait that I inherited from him. After the war, he immigrated to the States in Cleveland, Ohio, and he worked there in the steel mills in Cleveland, Ohio, with all the other prisoners of war, which were Serbian men that had very low education, but they made a good wage working in the steel mills. A lot of them did this for at least 10 to 15 years without seeing their families and spouses. They sent money back and supported the family and saved up and waited to get enough to bring these people back over and be with them again. My grandfather didn't see his wife, my grandmother, for 10 years, which I thought was kind of strange, but they lived through it all. He helped both my uncle and father when they got here. He bought them homes, got them cars, jobs. He did this all under the age of 30. Can you imagine a kid now in the 25 to 30 range doing all that? He did it. He finally received a pension at the age of 65, and he lived a good, relaxing pension. He got to relax in his backyard. He never went on vacation, ever, with my grandfather or with my grandmother. His vacation was sitting in his yard, doing gardening, drinking plum brandy, and barbecuing for his friends, which I thought was kind of cool. He never spent money to go on vacation, never ate at a restaurant. He was always the host of parties, which I thought was cool. Also, another thing that I found interesting about my grandfather, he never drove a car in the United States, never got a license. So he lugged groceries on the bus, but of course us grandkids took him to the doctors and stuff like that. As you can see, Ljubinko grew up in a poor and very, in most people's eyes, tough life, but he never looked at it that way. He always smiled through it all, and just, I find it amazing that he was able to keep such a positive attitude through all that. And I truly miss him, and Deda, we love you.